going to be a really good series if we can play to our potential and they can play to their potential.
Carolina checks extremely well. They don't get a ton of space, a ton of talent to score. You got to be on your game, and another extremely hard matchup, and we're going to be ready for this one.
Saved by Gregor! Score! Malone on the rebound!
There's definitely no taking the foot off the gas for us. We'll be expecting the best in Game 3.
I have complete and utter confidence that they can close the series out. Do you want to be just like every other team and win one and be done? Or do you want to become special?
Welcome to We Thunder. Your Tampa Bay Lightnings are the big Game 1 winners today. I am Shooter. I have Thomas Schooley with me, and the stash is MIA after attending the Sticks of Fire watch party. So we think he's going to call in here in a second, but everybody celebrating a little bit. Thomas Schooley, you and I started to talk a little bit worried about how the Lightning performed tonight, but hey, great teams can not have their best games and come up on top, and that's what the Bolts did tonight, 2-1 off the Goodrow game-winning goal there with less than 10 minutes left in the game. What was the scene like inside the arena?
It was crazy. When we scored that first goal, the place went nuts, and then it stayed that way, and then it totally got deflated when Carolina looked like it was going to be a special teams game, which we said that in our pregame show last night. We said it looked like it might come down to the special teams, and that's what it looked like tonight. And then all of a sudden, we talked about that importance of Goodrow coming back last game, and he comes in tonight, and first goal of the playoffs for him, sneaks it right in there past him, and the place went nuts.
Yeah, huge goal by Goodrow, and Neveljkovic really probably wants that one back. I got a screenshot of that actually, so you guys are in luck. Look at this, sneaking it by Goodrow from the angle, first of all, but this thing went in right here. He moved his pad out of the way, and that one snuck right in there, and that ended up being the difference. Goodrow, 2 games back. He's 2 for 2 since coming back, man. A huge goal from Goodrow. At the arena, or you know what? You guys actually got a lot of love from NBC Sports. They were mentioning this watch party at the arena several times, and I almost thought we were going to get an image of Thomas Schooley on our screen tonight, but I took a few screenshots, and I don't think I identified you in any of them. This crowd, though, this section here was very NBC TV friendly, so congrats if you made it on NBC in the watch party. But yeah, man, not the Bolts' best game tonight, but they pulled off the win. And you know, always good to take the first game of the series, always good to get the first goal of the game. So they did have a lot of things that went right for them. We're going to break down the game, but first I want to let people know that we do have a giveaway today. So we're partnered with Smack Apparel. If you want to win one of their shirts, you got to check these out. I got some images of all the ones you'll have available to you. We're going to give one of these out today. There they are, the Smack Apparel Bolts shirts, the Back to Boat, the Bay of Champions, and also that Big Cat Vassy shirt. And you can win one. All you have to do tonight is put in Smack Apparel, or I'm sorry, hashtag Smack Apparel in the comment section or after your comment, and you will be entered to win. So go ahead and get those in and enter to win a Smack Apparel shirt. Your pick. Let us know your size and your address, and you'll win. But let's break down this game. As you can see at the bottom of the screen there, you had Tampa Bay behind in shots, 38-30. The faceoffs also Tampa Bay behind on. Didn't get as many power play chances as Carolina, but each team cashed in once on that on power plays. And I thought the Bolts actually took way too many penalties. Obviously, 5's not great. But I thought they took some pretty bad penalties, and Cooch was one of the guys that couldn't keep his cool tonight and he had 2 penalties actually tonight. So that I think is one thing that this team's definitely going to focus on, because I believe Carolina's power play was 3rd in the regular season overall. We talked about it last night. So for them to come away with just 1 goal out of 5 chances, you can't expect that's going to happen every single night.
No, and Cooch, getting in Cooch's head has always been a problem. No matter if it's regular season or postseason, you get in his head, he's going to take stupid penalties.
Well, yeah, and he did tonight, which I didn't think Cooch had a great game. I thought, obviously, they got in his head a little bit with some of those penalties, and I thought his passing was off tonight, too. He did not seem to be on his A game tonight. And
I thought most of the team's passing was off tonight.
Yeah, but Cooch is usually the guy that's on, But I thought him and another not so great performance by Palat kind of left Braden Point out to dry there, because Braden Point was flying around today, especially in that second period. So we won't see that inconsistency from that top line, I think, moving forward in the series. So good time to get that, bad game out of the way, especially if you can win it like today. So to kick it off, this game, the evening game in Carolina, we found out that Shen was going to be in and Savard was going to be out with, I think you said it's an upper body injury.
Upper body, and Cooper just announced on his post game right now that he is day-to-day, and then Chernak will be okay.
Chernak will be all right. Yeah, that's right. So Chernak exited the game after kind of a weird hit. It looked like he kind of hit his face more than anything, but he did not come back in the 3rd period. So I don't know what that was. Maybe concussion.
I thought he was under concussion protocol.
So he couldn't come back. Yeah, that makes sense. We also heard that Nino Niederreiter was out this game. He got injured in practice and out for the series as well.
Now, Brendan Moore announced that he is not likely to return for all this season, this series.
Okay, so that's a huge blow to them, and that opened the door for our old friend Seti Paquette, who I said last night was probably going to make an appearance no matter what in this
Look
series.
who it is.
Oh, there he is. Let's bring the man on as we get into our breakdown here. Perfect timing, Stash Man, and I don't think he's
As he throws up.
I can't see him. Can you?
No.
Well, we'll see if we can get our technical difficulties fixed here. And by that, I mean, figure it out, Stash. Come on. We need you. All right, so to kick off the game, it was a little bit back and forth at the beginning. Cirelli had a really good opportunity at the beginning of the game, couldn't cash in. You saw pretty sloppy play in our own zone. The defense was just not great today, and it started off pretty early. Net just hit a post pretty early, and Carolina had a couple posts today, which was not very fun to see. But then you saw Tampa Bay take 2 consecutive penalties. The first one, too many men. Man, I wish we would not see this during the playoffs at all. Some huge saves by Vassy at the beginning of that penalty kill. And then the penalty killers that second half did a great job of killing it. Who else? Palat actually team one up. Do we have stats?
You hear me?
Do we have
Am
stats?
I here? Am I alive? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Am I a person that was here on the planet today for this game?
We don't know.
I hope so. There's a lot of talk about UFOs lately. I don't know if you got abducted, probed and abducted.
I got affected by sticks of fire today is what happened.
How was the Sticks of Fire watch party?
It was pretty solid, man. You know, I mean, we're coming out of the quarantine. It was a really cool place, and Mr. Rob Peterson was very gracious in his hosting us, and ran into Johnny B, by the way, dropping names of previous guests on our show. He was out and about, ran into him too. So yeah, man, good times, good watch party.
Yeah, and the key to a good watch party is always a Lightning win.
Lightning win. Damn right. Yep.
It's never as good when the Lightning lose. Yeah. But perfect timing, man, because we were just breaking down that first period. Survived the first penalty kill. Then they took another one. It was Cooch that went to the box. Another really solid kill for the Bolts in that first period. And you got to think that really helped them build that momentum. So killed 2 penalties in that first period, got outshot 15-11. And I was thinking, and I know you guys probably were thinking the same, maybe Stash wasn't because he's like, always confident in the Bolts. But I was thinking, wow, we survived that period. Sure, we had 11 shots between the 2 penalty kills, those 15 shots, the crowd noise at the beginning. It was a good sign to come out of that period 0-0.
Yeah, that was Bolts hockey for me. If you really want to talk about what led us to a Stanley Cup last season, it was that kind of hockey. Sure, we got outplayed without a doubt. I was with you guys. The Lightning were getting outplayed. They almost looked like period 3 of game 3. When we were there in the barn and they were just playing safe and getting in the neutral zone, dumping it out, just trying to withstand the tide. But again, in the end, Vassy stepped up, and also team defense. Team defense really played well. They weren't getting the bounces like we saw maybe in that game 3 with Florida, but tonight they didn't let it get to them. They kept playing their hockey, and they never let those bad bounces affect their chance to win. And that's a hockey team that's ready to win another Stanley Cup. If you look at that, you get outplayed for 50 out of 60 minutes, and you come out with a 2-1 win. That's what it takes, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what the Bolts did today. Now, second period, they did pick it up. You could start to tell that the offense was coming to life a little bit. They were starting to get some, decent scoring chances and pressure that they definitely needed. And they drew a penalty with that. So they drew that penalty from Guinness, high stick on Sergachev. We'll take that all day long. Doesn't take long before that Tampa Bay power play checks in and gets on the board. Pointer from who else? The Swedish assist machine, I think we should name
Hetty the Helper. Hetty the Helper. That's too wordy what you call it. Hetty the Helper. It's easy. It's a great hashtag. It's alliteration. He's a double number player anyways. Hetty the Helper. That's his new name.
Hetty the Helper, along with Point, makes it 1-0. And then the best part about that was the Bolts really kind of kept the pressure on. They kept it sustained for a little bit in that period. And then they actually got another penalty. No, Carolina got another penalty. It was Paquette with kind of like a spear on Ross Colton. But then it was kind of eliminated because Cooch took that kind of dumb call where he was cross-checked. He started getting cross-checked and roughed up a little bit, and then he just kind of turns around and cross-checks the guy. So retaliation penalty. Cooch, you got to know better than that. And then Carolina takes another penalty Shortly after that, Point tripped Dougie Hamilton, and there was, sorry, no, it was Dougie Hamilton that tripped Point, and then the Bolts were back on the power play where they had a lot of chances, just couldn't pull the trigger. Even that, I thought that power play 2 actually had a couple legit chances. Palat was one of them that completely whiffed on a backdoor pass. But it was good to see that power play unit 2 getting some chances as well as the first. Then we saw the injury to Chernak. He kind of got sandwiched. I thought he hit his face. Thomas, like you said, probably a concussion protocol that kept him out the rest of this game, but they are expecting Chernak back. And then you saw Coleman with that trip off of a rebound.
No, that wasn't a trip. That was a dive. That wasn't a trip.
Vassy.
The stick didn't even touch the stick.
No. It was definitely a trip. What happened was he pulled his stick back, and it was the guy's own stick that actually tripped him.
Yep.
So
Right, he played the puck first, and then the only guy's stick tripped him. That's not a penalty in the playoffs. I don't know about you, but
usually it's not. And the Bolts are going to wish it wasn't, because that was at the end of the period, and the beginning of the third period, that's when Carolina cashed in, and that was that power play goal from Jake Bean, which was actually off of Cirelli. Kind of got tipped by Cirelli's body. And that had me worried, because that actually woke up the crowd. So they all of a sudden were rocking again. And I'm thinking, man, I hope the Bolts remember what's happened before in the past. And the phrase that we always say on this show, safe is death. Like, please do not turtle up and go complete defense. And I don't think they fully did till the end when the pressure was really on.
It was a different wood, though. If you want to talk back to like Game 3, when they had that 3-goal lead in the second, you gave up that late goal in the second, and then it was a 2-goal lead going into the third. You and me were sitting next to each other. That was the safest hockey I've seen the Lightning play in maybe 2 years. Tonight, they didn't play safe hockey. They played good hockey with the lead. There was definitely a difference. There was a few times where I'm like, oh, hey, get a little bit deeper, but it was definitely a different mentality with the lead tonight than versus Game 3. As far, I mean, not being in the arena, to me, it looked like the guys had a little bit different mentality when they had the lead going in, or even like they were even Keel again. Even Keel is what makes this team so deadly, right?
Yeah.
You're out there, you're getting outplayed, you score that goal that puts you up. You didn't really get as much momentum off of that goal you really wanted to have maybe as a team. But nobody folded on that team. They kept playing hockey, they kept doing their thing, and they actually didn't play safe hockey. I didn't think. They played good hockey, but not safe hockey tonight.
Yeah, well, they did have one more penalty to kill, too. Cirelli took kind of a bad hook. I didn't think he really needed to take that. And, what is with Cirelli and Coleman? Like, if we're going to take penalties, let's not have it be our top penalty killers, please.
Right,
Coleman,
right.
When
Cirelli is Killer or Cirelli or Coleman, right?
Yeah,
I'd like to when Cirelli went in there, I was like, oh, no, that's our best shorthanded chance right there.
Yeah.
But they survived it. And it was 7:21 to go in the third period. And that's when our new hero, our guy, 2 for 2 games back, and 2 home runs for Barclay Goodrow with probably one of the luckiest goals of his life. But, hey, this is what happens when you have a goalie that does not have experience like our goalie. He lets in a really bad goal. This snuck in right there. And, man, you were not supposed to score that goal in the NHL. No. So the Bolts got lucky, and Goodrow was the hero today.
Play hard. Bolts played hard.
They did. And the rest was history. The Bolts did close it out. They did I don't think they went into full defensive mode like you said, but they were still trying to score goals. And
Savard being injured coming into this game was surprisingly a bigger blow than we expected it, right? Absolutely, he's played the last 3 games, and to have him not be ready to go, but for Coop to still go 12-6, I thought was very telling of how he feels about that fourth line. And I've never been afraid to toot my own horn on the show, and like I believe that's a big like agreement from Coop to believe that fourth line is more of a bigger factor than that seventh defenseman, right?
Well, who would have been your seventh defenseman? Foot, probably. So,
Right.
Do you want him making his playoff debut here?
Well, I mean, if you don't, I mean, well, and that's the one thing is that, again, you don't have a forward that's out, so it's better with Savard that you still are able to bring up a Shen, right, to
Right.
fill his spot, so you don't have to go 11-7. But, man, I really hope that it's a minor thing for Savard because he played really well those last 3 games, and I think that X factor of never knowing what the Lightning are going to do, of which blue liner they're going to dress, or if they're going to go 11-7 versus 12-6, is a little bit of a advantage in the mind game. If you know what I'm saying.
I thought Shen and Ruda both stepped up today.
Yeah. Well, and again, we also were talking about this yesterday. We didn't think Paquette would even sniff the lineup, and there he was, right, in the game. We didn't talk about that yet. Paquette played tonight.
Yeah, well, we talked about it before you showed up. Stop. Shit.
Before I showed up hanging out with Six of Fire and Glad Handing and building the show. Yeah.
No, what's his face is going to be out the whole rest of the series.
Savard?
No, for Carolina. So we'll probably see Paquette now for.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. Sorry, but yeah. But I mean, as recently as yesterday, we weren't getting that info.
Yeah,
so,
no. Well, he got injured in practice, so
right, and now I believe, as much as we love Steady on our team, I think he's a bit of a liability on that Carolina team because our depth isn't the same as ours. So we'll see if that plays out and has any impact.
He took a penalty tonight.
Right. Yep. And he did. And so it was a big penalty. So.
All right, quick reminder. We got some call-ins. We're gonna get to you guys. Quick reminder, you got to put the hashtag Smack Apparel tonight in the comments, and you can win one of these beauties. That's right, back to boat, the Bay of Champions, or that Big Cat Vassy shirt. They are all awesome. They're all available from Smack Apparel. And if you don't even have to wait if you don't win one, you can go get one right now. Use Lightning 2021 and you get 21% off your gear. So let's try to bring on Orozco's tried to enter the show twice now. Let's see if any of these work.
Real quick,
Matthew.
Congratulations to Coop for his 100th
100th Stanley Cup
playoff game. And the win.
Fastest one of their games. Yep.
Matthew, are you there?
And no Orozco. Black screen.
I wanted to, Matthew, try to call back in if you can, because I think he went to the game.
He was
Carolina.
in the game.
He was there. Yeah.
All right.
He's our one guy
try to get
on
connected.
the scene. Yeah.
All right. We know we're going to ask this guy his 3 stars of the game, so I want to see that in the chat as well. Who were your 3 stars of the game? I definitely have 3 solid picks, I think. But Steven, hey, what happened today, man? Big Bolts win.
Yeah, the 3 stars are going to be Savard. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
First star is going to be the Big Cat himself, of course. That dude held us in from a scary first period because I knew game ones are always kind of iffy with the Lightning, but I was like, I had a great opportunity today at work to talk to Alex Beret-Boulet about him facing Nedeljkovic in the minors, and he said, kid's really good, that Carolina's a quick team, and we agreed on a lot of things. And I was like, this team's going to come out quick, and they did. So number 1 star goes to Vassy. Number 2 star, I'll probably give it to Pointer because that kid is like an engine, never stops skating. And then I think my 3rd star is just going to go to that whole 3rd line because I love when that line's on the ice.
No Barkley? No Barkley?
He went the whole 3rd line.
The whole 3rd line. I love that line. Every time I see that line on the ice, something, either their forecheck, Goodrow had the game-winning goal. Everything they do, I think that the pressure they generate just when they're on the ice is good enough for me.
No, I agree with Tony. The Vassy, Goodrow, and Point. I think that was your 3 stars.
I like Hetty the helper once again on that power play goal, because all he does is facilitate power play goals. That's his new job. Like last year, he led the team in scoring and everything else. Now he's like, nah, I'm gonna sit back on this newly most potent power play and help every time the puck goes in. But I like Goodrow. Goodrow is my guy. We talked about it in Game 6 when he came back. That's the factor. That's my number 1 star. Number 2 star, Vassy. Number 3 star is Hetty.
Yeah, they
That's
called.
for me.
I think Cooper called Goodrow instead of Cooper's like, you have a Ferrari, you have a Jeep.
Yeah.
Jeep's very reliable.
You need a 4-wheel drive. Yep. You need an off-road machine. Yep.
I went a little bit off from the norm here. I gave McDonough that 3rd star. I just thought he played pretty solid defensively and made some good plays. And then I went Goodrow. I gave Goodrow 2, and then I gave Vassy 1 because without Vassy, they lose this game 100%. So,
well, let's be honest. I would say without the number 1 star is the post for us tonight.
2 posts.
Where it was the number 1. It was the number 1 star for Spitzer Knight in Game 5. I believe that. I mean, the difference is Vassy made it that the post is the only thing that hacked, right? And I talked about that before. When the Lightning hit the post, it was an open net. They missed their shot. Tonight, I believe the posts were because that's the only thing Vassy gave them, and that's the difference in goaltending, and that's what makes us one of the better teams in the league, because we have that number 1 guy. We're looking at a team where we're probably going to see a goaltending change in this series against Carolina, right? Like, you think we're only going to see 1 goalie this entire series? You guys?
No, NBC made that point very clear. I think they said that 5 or 6 times at the beginning of the game and showed Peter Mrazek sitting there on the bench. And then they put up his record versus Tampa in the playoffs, which I think is 4-6. Because Tampa in the playoffs. But they made several comments how they thought he would probably end up in this series somewhere.
Yeah, maybe game 3 or 4, somewhere in there.
I'd say Game 3. Game 2, we're going to see a goal change, especially if the Lightning do the same thing they did down in Sunrise and win the first 2 on the road. You're going to see a different goalie coming to Tampa.
it's Mrazek time.
Oh, yeah, I agree. So
We'll see. I mean, Nedeljkovic really didn't have a bad game at all. He had one horrible goal that he gave up.
I didn't really think he did any great saves like Vassy did.
No,
I don't think
he
did.
Yep.
I think most of the shots were way from the outside.
Yeah, from the blue line.
And that's what Carolina's known for. They have that dome that's around him, and you don't get close. You have to score far out, or the lucky ones we got.
Well, and I will also say that as much as Carolina pressured in the Lightning zone, I don't feel like they really ever felt dangerous. And like, aside from like those opportunities that you get in every game of like, oh, there's a bit of a mismatch or a misplayed puck, or the puck got blocked and it's still staying. You know what I mean? The Lightning, yeah, they had more pressure for Carolina, but I never felt like they were really outmatched throughout the whole game.
Yeah, maybe that first period was a little bit shaky, but I think Stash pretty much hit it. Like we kind of kept up pace once the second period started. Like the tempo was just back a little back and forth, and then nothing really got too bad out of hand, except for that last empty net. Always makes me have a stroke every time I watch us go down and block bodies.
Well, and I guess my main point. Sorry, go ahead, sure.
I thought there were too many times where they let Carolina kind of control the pace of play in our zone, for sure. They had a whim. I don't know. I've got the stat sheet up here somewhere, but I'd like to see just kind of that time on attack stat and see the numbers just against each other head on there, because I felt like they had that puck in our zone way longer than we had it in their zone. But I might be wrong.
No, I don't think you're wrong. But what I think is that there's a little bit of mind games here, if you ask me, right? The Lightning definitely got dominated a little bit in their time in possession, which is usually their game.
Yep.
And yet I still feel like they were never being outplayed in this game, right? Like they came out slow, and I give Brind'Amour a lot of credit for getting his team ready for this series, because he even admitted there was a huge emotional dump after beating Nashville in the last round, right? After that Game 6 win, there was a huge emotional dump. He admitted it. It was his dad's birthday. I thought he was overhyped and was like, and I thought he was nonplussed. And to me, that's not necessarily the guy that I want to go into the next round behind. But he righted himself, and he somehow put the fire in his players to be ready to come out for this round and really give the Lightning their best shot. Unfortunately, like so many other teams before them, Carolina gave the Lightning their best shot and still got the W, or the L. The Lightning still got the W, is what I mean. The Lightning still got the win, even after taking the best shot that Carolina had to start off the series.
Yeah, well, plus Carolina 1 for 5 on that power play.
Yep.
Supposed to be ranked number 3 in the regular season.
Yeah.
And
people are dogging on our PK against Carolina. Yeah, people are dogging our PK against Carolina, and it's still tonight. You're right.
So I was just reading some tweets real quick while you guys were talking, and it says on the Game 1 winning goal, Goodrow said he saw Gore driving the net, was just trying to put something on the frame to create a rebound opportunity for his teammate. Wasn't even trying to score. And then they asked him what he thought about being compared to Jeep, and he said, I'll take it. I think that they're pretty reliable cars. I know their resale value is pretty good. They hold up in all conditions, so I'll take it.
Yeah, I like it. Well, hey guys, I got John, my brother-in-law, driving me home. I'm heading home from the game. I got some family stuff, so I'm gonna bail out. Let you guys wrap up the show. This is unconventional for me, but it's time for me to let you guys wrap the show up tonight. All right?
Vegas goes in 2-0 too to Colorado already.
Ooh, yeah.
That's a good one to go watch tonight, folks. Carolina, Vegas, going to be a good.
People are going to be complaining. They're going to be complaining that Marc-Andre Fleury's not in that, so they'll have a goalie change too.
So Vegas fans sound like Penguins fans right now.
Yeah,
because they wish they had Marc-Andre Fleury in that.
Yeah.
Well, hey, real quick before I get out of here, I want to give a shout out to Sticks of Fire for inviting me down, to Barry House and Ebor for the watch party. They were very, very hospitable. They're doing their best to try and create a new community, and I give a shout out to them. So thanks for the hospitality to Sticks of Fire. If you guys see it for a tailgate or a watch party, stop by, and they're just Lightning fans, and they like to be loud, which that's my MO. So thanks for it.
All right. Well, you drive safe, sir. We're going to get out of here soon as well and enjoy
I have a driver now. I have a driver tonight.
All right.
Safe is safe. Unless it's the playoffs, and then safe is dead.
All right. See ya. All right, Steven, you're the new co-host, man. We need you to finish this.
First shooter's gone. Now Stash is gone.
Stash showed up 15 minutes late and left 15 minutes early.
10 minutes early.
That's all right. I mean, I didn't really have much else to talk about. We kind of broke down the game. I should have mentioned this before Stash left, but I thought that killer Stammer Cirelli line, they didn't have their best game offensively. I thought they were rather invisible out there.
Driving the net a little bit, but you saw he got tripped up there with Nedeljkovic.
See, I thought Killer did not look killer tonight. No. I thought Stammer and Cirelli and Point were 3 of the best skaters of the night. Every time you turned around, and then I thought Coleman was one of your better defenders tonight, especially when that D got lost with Chernak, and that they had to take on the extra minutes. And then the very end of that game, when McDonough lost his stick, I thought, oh no, now it's 6-on-4.
Yeah.
And they were able to fight it off.
Yeah, they were.
Do you guys think that we'll see a line change, shuffle around in any time in the series? Stick with the same thing?
Yeah, he's gonna, unless we're losing and we're not scoring, he isn't gonna mess with this stuff. He's gotta, I mean, you gotta remember they get the line changes the first 2 games.
Yeah, and then we get the last.
And we get it the next 2. So after that, Cooper's not gonna screw around with his lines down there. He's gonna make Brendan Moore try to match him up with those. And we saw they talked about it. We had Dave Randolph here at the watch party. So I'm trying to remember if I think he said it or Egblom said it. It was Egblom on a pre-recorded thing that if you can hold Aho and Teravainen from scoring, you're going to win this series. If they score a lot, you're going golfing. So I think today, they got that lucky goal by Bean, who is not one of their top goal scorers. So you're holding Aho and Teravainen to nothing. It shows you're doing pretty good.
Yeah. Huge win tonight. There are a couple things they need to clean up. Before I mention that, last chance to get into the drawing. We're going to draw it here probably in the next 5-10 minutes. So just put #SmackApparel into the comments section and you'll be entered. We got a bunch of people entered so far. So last chance to get in on that. You get your pick of one of these awesome Bolts shirts. So enter that in now. And yes, I was talking smack and I did not show up for the series, man. I had a pretty good reason for that. So
I had to highlight that because I was like, Shooter's not going to show that one. Let me show it. So listen, everybody. They have another watch party on Tuesday. It's $10. It's on Ticketmaster. It is with Sonia. It is with Greg Wolf. It is with Thunderbug. It is with the Blue.
Look how happy these people are. Look how happy they are.
It is with the Blue crew. They play games. They give away free merch. They give away autographed merch and stuff like that. Come down here and support them. They also have the matchup T-shirts that I bought today. And then Tuesday they will have the matchup pucks. So get down here for one of the watch parties. They're really fun to do. And then join me out at the stage afterwards for the podcast.
Well, luckily I have Wednesday off, so it looks like it's a deal for me.
Tuesday.
Yeah, I have Wednesday off, but Tuesday night is just perfect. I can stay out with Thomas and party. Let
me know. I got extra tickets already.
They got a lot of love from NBC. The woman that was broadcasting, sorry, I don't know her name, but she kept bringing up this watch party, and I was like, they're gonna give Thomas Schooley his own interview at in between the second and third periods, I think. So, but that never happened.
It's a blast in there. I drive over here just to have the experience inside the arena, even though the team's not here. It's a lot of fun to go in there, and I'd say there was probably 300-400 people in there tonight. So to enjoy it, you don't have to wear a mask. You have one seat in between you and the next person, the next group of people. Just come in. They have food. Just come in and enjoy it. It's fun.
I just got to skate on the ice because I got my own pair of skates a few weeks ago, and I've been ice skating now, so now I know a few moves here and there.
Oh, listen to him. All of a sudden, he's braiding fucking point down here.
I have to show you my Stamkos shrine too here, Thomas. It's right out there.
Don't get stupid now.
It's all set up. It has a cup, a little candle in it. Stamkos pop right out there.
Listen, we need to get a whole group behind me here. CJ.
Yes, there better be people with Thomas. He gets very lonely for these.
Look, I'm the last one here.
Shows.
There's nobody
You'll
else
see
here.
Thunderbug just magically come out and just circle Thomas by himself on that bicycle he always rides.
No, that'd be security coming to get me out of here.
I will not be there Tuesday, but I will be eligible to possibly be at Game 3. So maybe
you're listed day to day right now.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
All right, so next game, guys. What's got to change next game? I had a couple kind of notes that they got to stop taking these penalties, especially from their penalty killers. Those guys can't be taking penalties. And then what I really noticed about their game, and specifically that power play, is they go for tips, they go for screens, and if they miss those, they try to jump on the rebound. So you've got to really, really work on clearing guys out in front of the net. So I think those two things, stop the penalties, clear guys out from the net, and hopefully you end up breaking Nedeljkovic, and they do bring in Mrazek or Reimer for Game 3. But to do that, they got to keep pouring on the goals, and 2 goals ain't going to be enough to chase their star rookie goalie from the net. So that's what I think needs to happen. And man, if the Bolts can steal another one, and I do think they stole this game, they're going to be in good shape going into Game 3 and 4 at home.
What do you think, Steven? What do you think is the needs for the next game?
Definitely got to ease up on those penalties. I mean, that high stick from Sorelli, I was like, oh, that's a Kucherov. Like you say, Kuch gets in his head. He didn't look like he was pulling out his best hands. I mean, with the ice or without the ice, who knows? And definitely the classic always got to start on time, because they know for sure Carolina's a fast team. They're great in the offensive zone. So now we matched them in the second period, and then we got weathered a little bit of a storm they had in the third as well, after when they were coming for the empty net, and it's just unfortunate that McDonough's stick snapped in half too, so it made it like you said, a 6-on-4. I think we gotta start with speed and rev it up from the get-go, because it's gonna be a tough series coming out.
Yeah, I think you have to capitalize on those power plays of your own. If you can't cut back, I mean, the stupid too many men on the ice, those are totally preventable.
I think we've seen a fair share of those.
The other ones can be subjective. Dave Randolph said here, that wasn't a trip. He tripped himself. And he got a huge response from the crowd here. So we're confident in our PK. So I think, but we have to score on those power plays. You can't against Carolina, you can't let those opportunities down. And then the other thing is more shots. They outshot us the whole game. You have to shoot. You're not going to get the lanes. You're not going to be able to do those fancy things that you were doing down in Florida. You're just going to have to shoot and try to get rebounds and knock them in. I mean, that comment from Goodrow, that's what he was trying to do for Gord to be able to score. So that's what they're going to need to do. They're going to need to try to get those they're going to have to try to get those rebounds and get them in. Just shoot the fucking puck at the net. Real quick, I want to show you. I put it on my Snapchat, but here is the end of the game tonight. Watch party.
It was an intense ending too.
I just want to push that button. They always had the kid pushing the button to start in Anna Marina. I was like,
they have a little kid that does it. But yeah, so definitely we slipped out with a win here. It's ugly, but we'll take it. Hopefully game 2 is going to be a lot smoother for us. Stash is currently on Light PD in Pinellas Park. I thought Listen, if he's anywhere near Pinellas Park, he's definitely going the wrong way.
Yeah.
So, but if we come home 2-0 Tuesday night, the airport at Shelter Tampa, that should be rocking with a whole bunch of fans welcoming them back to Tampa, up 2-0. Can follow Thunderbolts. We post the time whenever the Bolts fly out or fly back in.
Awesome. All right, let's Stephen, thank you for joining the show. We hope to hear from you again after a big Tuesday night win. And the rest of the series too. It's always good. We seem to always win when you call in. Maybe you only call when we win. I don't know.
It just depends.
But,
I gotta wake up at 4:30 to meet these Black Aces and Lightning players who like to come into my hotel Starbucks all the time, and I can have a nice chat with them. But I gotta be rested. I can't get injured.
I know. We need our mini Killorn. We need our backup Killorn just in case. Just in case.
And then I gotta get you guys some skates, and you come skating with me like I'm gonna go ice skating tomorrow.
There you go. You can find Stephen C. at the local skate and shoots around the Tampa Bay area tomorrow.
He's not wrong. Oldsmar Tampa Sport Complex.
Memorial Day skate with Stephen is what they should call it. Hey man, thanks for calling in. We'll hopefully talk to you later this week. All right.
Sounds good.
All right, man. Take care.
Interesting stat. Good luck. Barclay Goodrow at the Tampa Bay Lightning has scored 4 playoff goals in his career, with 3 standing as game winners.
That's not too bad. That's not a bad stat.
When he scores, it counts. Game 5 of the 2019 round 1 and Game 7 of the 2019 round 1 with the Sharks.
Well,
all right, who's going to be?
A huge goal, and he is the hero tonight. And I put Vassy right there next to him. Vassy really carried this team tonight, and that's the power of Vassy. Great teams with great players can sometimes rely on one guy to get it done.
Who did they give it to on the game? Do you know?
Oh, I do. I actually have the graphic. This was the NBC Sports. They gave Goodrow 1, Vassy 2, and of course they're going to give the other team a little love too. Slavin, the guy I told you to watch out for, and you saw it. He's the real deal tonight. So,
and then the NHL gave Vassy, Goodrow, and Bean.
Bean, they gave Bean the 3rd star.
Yeah,
makes sense.
Vassy 1, Goodrow the number 2, and Bean the 3rd star.
Orozco is going Shen, and I think he was at the game. So Shen, Goodrow, and Vassy. Maybe he saw something we didn't. Although Shen played a lot of minutes tonight with Chernak going out. Shen played probably more minutes than he's played in a while.
And didn't really give up any mistakes either. I didn't really see him turning over the puck. Or he's been known to get a little hot-headed and start some fights. I saw him his temperature go 1 or 2 times, but he didn't pull any penalties, so that's good.
Oh, he did only play 8 minutes, actually.
Oh,
it seemed like he played more.
Yeah.
I didn't think he played that bad either, Matthew. I thought he had a pretty decent game. He seemed to be quick with the puck. When he was getting the puck, either in the offensive zone, he was taking a shot right away or getting it on net, which I think is smart for him. And I also felt like when he got it back in the defensive zone, he was making quick decisions with it, which is always going to help. And yes, CJ, Joe, we did mention earlier that it was Coop's 100th playoff game, and he was the fastest to get to 100 playoff games
since 1986.
Since 86. So that's a long time. So congrats, Coach Coop. All right, let's do this drawing. Last chance to get it in. Hashtag Smack Apparel. Guess what? If you don't win tonight, you can go buy some Smack Apparel and use their code, which is Lightning 2021, 21% off your order. But guess what? We're also going to be doing some of these drawings for every game for this series. So let's do tonight's drawing. Let's see who it is. The only one that's not eligible is Shooter in the Stash. So our winner tonight is...
Dude, that didn't matter.
Elizabeth, there we go. Let's take a screenshot. Elizabeth, if you are still out there watching, hey, reach out to us. All we need is your address and your size, and what shirt you want. You got a variety of a couple different shirts, so we want to get you your favorite one. So let us know, Elizabeth, and we'll definitely message this out later so we can get a hold of you. Thomas, anything else? Well, we've got, what time is game 2?
Great. Now you put me. Isn't that an 8 o'clock game? Let me check.
7:30, right?
Is it 7:30?
Probably. We'll cut this part out.
7:30. Yeah, 7:30.
They actually
7:30
did.
game.
7:30. Yeah, they actually did put out the whole series list, like what days are going to be what. It's just their one extended break between games 4 and 5. I saw. Other than that, it's every other day. So hopefully we'll be in for a short series. Good sign that the Bolts win game 1 away from home. Kind of stole this one from Carolina. But hey, it's always a good sign when the Bolts can win a game that maybe they didn't deserve to win. So
7:30, Matthew. And, that Saturday game 4, it's 4 p.m. here at Amalie. What are we, 2-0 now on day games?
yeah, I might have to go to that one. That might have to be a full-on outdoor live PD version of this show. But of course, make sure you join us after all of these games. Thomas will probably be right there at the stadium. I know I'll be here for probably at least another couple days. And who knows where Stash will be. He might be broadcasting live from jail. So tune in for that. Come win a shirt. Hey, do us a favor. Tell a friend, or better yet, go and give us a 5-star review on our podcast feed. Or, hey, just go subscribe to our podcast feed. Every night after we finish these, I make sure I go post the podcast feed up there. And, hey, every time I look, it's like more and more people are listening. So appreciate you guys. But definitely appreciate everyone in the live chat that comes to watch the live show. That's why I wanted to get some more giveaways for you guys. Make sure you go throw Thunderbolts a like if you are not part of the Facebook group. That's where you can get your best, most up-to-date Lightning information, and it's always a good crowd. So until then, you got anything else, Schoolie?
No, go Bolts.
All right, go Bolts. This has been We the Thunder. Don't forget to be the Thunder.